Hi friends! In today's video, I am sharing 7 habits of the highly effective mom. Hi guys, I'm pretty excited for today's video. I feel like habits and routines and all of the things that help us to be more efficient and more productive in our lives are something that I really enjoy learning and implementing in my life. And this topic of the video, I'm sure you have heard of the book 7 Habits of the Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I've read it a long time ago and right now I don't even remember what the habits are, but the topic sounds like so much fun, and I mean, I probably should go and look back at what the habits are to make sure that I'm using those in my life. But yes, today I thought, I'm like, okay, I think I'm pretty efficient as a mom, but obviously not in some of the areas, because some of them I need improvement. But those are the things. I always try to share things that are helpful to me, as well as I see that I need improvement that will make my life better. So hopefully this will be interesting for you too. I have my notes here, so let's do it, you guys. So the habit number 1 is to be able to set up systems that everyone can use. And because I'm talking about the mom, so I assume you have children and potentially someone who lives with you, your partner, husband, spouse, boyfriend, whoever. So I feel like as moms, most of us are, not that we're control freaks, but we do know that we can do things better than anyone else can do, or at least not. Our standards are pretty high, and it's rare when other people in our household would do things better than we do. So I feel like we tend to try to do things ourselves, all of it, and then we can't, and then we get frustrated, and then we feel like we're a victim of some sort, and it's never helpful. So I feel like when you're able to set up systems with cleaning of the table, doing the dishes, putting the shoes to where they belong, putting away clean laundry, or putting dirty laundry to where it's supposed to be going to, is incredibly helpful. Because then your whole family will be able to do things that you would normally do, being frustrated and sad that, oh, the house is a mess, nothing is done. And instead, they can participate and make your life better and obviously more efficient, because then you don't have to do those things because they're done. Habit number 2 also talks about systems, and in that case it will be setting up systems new systems as quickly as possible when the life change happens. I feel like there's so many things that change in our lives and we always need to adjust. I think there is no way to set up a system that will work perfectly for the rest of your life, because everything changes. Your health changes, your babies grow and change so fast, your business and your work schedule, everything changes, and like you need to adjust. People move, get divorced, get married, and you need to change those systems that were set up before as soon as possible once the life change happens. And as you see the new and different things come in your life, try to analyze it ahead of time and see if it's possible for you to figure out what could be shifted and changed. That way you don't have to like be stressed for longer than you need to. But if not, then obviously see how your life is right now and adjust as necessary. But again, the faster you do it, the less frustration you will have. Number 3 would be to enforce those rules and systems that are set up. And again, systems and rules, I guess would be the same thing, because if everyone ate, now we know that everyone gets up and helps mom to clean off the table, load the dishwasher, depending on the age of your children, whatever they can do. So yes, enforcing those systems and following those rules is incredibly important, because if they're not enforced, if there's no motivation or consequences or rewards for people doing or not doing certain things, like there is no point of having the system because no one is following it. So yes, having a way to somehow enforce those rules would be very helpful. And I'm not a parenting specialist. I mean, if you have a spouse who is not following the rules, that would be, I guess, marriage counseling or serious conversation. But if the children are not following the rules, you can do what you have tried and worked for you, what your parents have done, what your friends can do, or seek parenting advice from books or like specialists, because I'm not a parenting professional. And I struggle with many things myself, and we try things here and there, and some things work and some things do not. Habit number 4, I feel like, is to overlook insignificant messes, because there are many messes that are important. And again, it could be the system issue, that if the laundry always piles up either in that corner or is spread all over kids' room, that is a system issue. But some things are not that significant. If someone spilled milk, adult or child, that is not important. Like, it's nothing that you should be upset about. Just clean it up, explain to whoever spilled the milk why it happened and why hopefully it doesn't happen again. It will happen again. But I feel like some things are not that important to be upset about, and it's important to be able to distinguish what is an issue that can be fixed, and some things are okay to ignore and not pay attention to. A habit number 5, a highly effective mom. Yes, can we as highly effective moms recognize that we are trying to teach our children things that we have not mastered? And sometimes we get so frustrated at them not being kind to other people and their siblings, when they're hitting, when they're getting annoyed, when they're yelling, when they're not cleaning up, when they're spilling things, coming in dirty shoes, or forget to put things away where they belong. We need to understand and also see that we are doing the same thing, and it will save us a lot of frustration. And I feel like whenever you spare yourself the frustration, you become a lot more efficient with parenting as well as like life in general. Because I know from my experience that a lot of my productivity and the way I work, my energy, my mood is so greatly affected if I'm frustrated or was frustrated at some point of time at my children or my spouse at like sometime throughout the day. I know how down I feel, and I cannot work as productively as I was. So realizing that some things that we're teaching them, that we're trying to do so hard to help them learn, it's okay if they're not mastering them as quickly as we expect them to, because we are not perfect ourselves, and we're not doing things very well at times and very often ourselves. So it's okay to give them grace, keep repeating, keep telling them whatever has to be done. But it's okay if something is not done, and try not to get frustrated, because that will affect how you go through the day and how productive you are. Number 6 on my list is try not to be offended easily. I know the children are small and you understand that they're not on your level. Like, you cannot have a regular adult relationship with a child because their brains are not developed. They still need to learn so much. And sometimes when they throw a fit, when they are frustrated, when they tell you, I don't love you, you're bad, I hate you, or many other things that if an adult would tell you, you would get offended, you would get sad, you would be like, why are you saying this? And I've had these moments with my children that I'm like crying, and I'm like, you don't love me, this is not fair, I do all the best things for you. And as an adult, like, you need to realize that this is not the way it should be, because you are on different steps of development and how you can behave yourself versus how they can behave themselves. Because again, like, they need to mature and they need to learn so many things and repeat. The way we learn, like the training, is that we repeat the same thing over and over again, and that's how you master the skill. And the same thing for them, they need to master lots of things. And for us as a parents, there is no reason to get offended or upset at most of the things that they do. So just a reminder, I think this is a habit that we have, either to get offended and upset with how we are being treated versus not. I think the best way, like if they're trying to do something offensive to you, the best way to try to stay as calm as possible and to tell them, this is not the way to behave, this is not acceptable in our household, this is not what people do and treat other people. So please do not do this. Remember not to do it next time. Also, implementing consequences, also feel, but it should be a natural consequences that make sense to them. That, let's say, if they hit you, they're not allowed to hit you. Otherwise, they go to jail, because that's what people do in real life. If you hit someone, you go to jail and police takes you away. So I feel like sometimes giving them physical separation, going sitting on the couch, going sitting on this chair somewhere, so that they have the idea of the being separated. And obviously afterwards, try to comfort them and obviously embrace them, because children do need physical hugs and touch and everything. And yes, jail is obviously different treatment than your children, but they do need to understand that that will be a natural consequences if they do not learn how to control their anger, and if they keep hitting people, they will go to jail. I'm not sure if I mixed up my numbers, but the next one on my list, and I'm pretty sure it's number 6, is that use social media as a tool. Social media for sure is a habit for all of us. I'm not sure what the percentage is. It's probably decimal numbers of the percentage of people who use social media incredibly intentional and with purpose, and with being acutely aware of what they're doing on social media. I feel like the moment you pull up the phone, immediately you get distracted and you just start scrolling and being distracted. So the habit with social media is try to use it as a tool and not as a shaming mechanism. At least in my life, I assume that would be true in your life as well. The moment I see other people's lives and homes and things that they do and entertainment and birthday parties and get together with their friends, immediately I tell myself they're way better than me and I don't have those things, and I feel sad and jealous and I don't feel contented with my life. Instead, telling myself, this is what I would love to have. So how can I create this in my life, and how can I change some of the things in my life to have some of those things? Obviously, social media, it's like a feed of hundreds of people, if not thousands, that we are following. So it's all the good things that people are doing. So you cannot have that all because it's multiple people's good things happening in one day. But for you, you can implement those things. You can plan a birthday party, you can plan a get together with your friends, you can make your home cozier and more beautiful. So consciously try to make it a habit of possibly doing some, when you can save social media posts, either screenshot them, or on Instagram you can save them to the collections, and basically use the social media or Pinterest as your inspiration board for the things that you want to do for your home, and not just keep them in the black hole, what is it, black box, whatever, the inspiration that you always pin but never do. Actually do some things so that you know that you are saving the things, and then you're also making your life better based on the ideas that you see other people doing. And then the last habit, again also mental habit, is that remember that none of us have it all together. And when you see someone's perfect life, I do this myself, that I assume that they're perfect and everything is awesome, and I am the only mess in the motherhood life, that I have so many things wrong with my life and home and work, and everything is not done. But that is not true. Everyone struggles, everyone have issues with parenting and relationships and keeping their home clean and healthy diet and exercise. Everything good that we have to do, we have to work incredibly hard and be very intentional. And everyone whose lives you see, they might be better at some things than you are, but they also might be worse at others. So forget the comparison. Do not compare yourself to anyone. Again, find inspiration and strong points of people and try to bring those and work on those in your life. But remember that none of us have it all together, and we're all work in progress. And those are all the things that I have for you to share today. In my future videos, I have a couple of exciting topics that I have a plan already. 7 habits of a highly effective Christian mom, which if you're a Christian, that would be very exciting for you to listen. If not, it might be still interesting and educational for you to overhear too. I have 7 habits of the highly effective work-at-home mom coming up, because I'm a work-at-home mom, and right now quarantine showed us that we're all kind of have to be able to navigate this kind of life too. I have 7 habits of the highly effective housekeeper coming up, and also other things as I plan things, as I start writing things down. I'm like, oh, this is a good topic and this is a good topic. So you guys, if you enjoyed this video, you probably want to subscribe. If you see the red button at the bottom of this video, it means that you're not subscribed. Make sure to hit the red button to be subscribed, as well as the notifications. If you don't hit the notifications, I know, again, like distractions is such a big part of it, but you guys, I am not sure. It's difficult for me. As you can tell, my space is not set up yet. We moved 2 months ago and life is busy. Small children, work from home. It's overwhelming, but I want to make videos, so I am trying to commit myself with posting at least 1 video a week. So I'm hoping to do them on Mondays and maybe Thursdays. So if you want to just put the calendar reminder on the Mondays to watch the video, or if notification is good for you, make sure to hit all, because YouTube is interesting with how they notify people or not. So if you want to see the videos, make sure to do that, or just come by once in a while and binge on whatever I will be posting. But yes, you guys, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave me a comment below this video or message me on social media. I'm hanging out pretty active on Instagram stories too. And a couple of the reminders that I think I will be telling you at the end of every video. Make sure you have a to-do list for every day for today. Drink your water, read your Bible, and be kind to people. Have a wonderful day, you guys. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye.